Gang. This your boy Hype Fan Jersey. You are tuning in to Hype Fan Eagles. Now I'm gonna get the usual out the way. Thanks for everybody that been liking, following, subscribing, tuning in, supporting, putting your comments down, and just give me sharing your ideas, even if you agree or disagree with most. We definitely appreciate that. So continue. We're gonna continue to stay at it, keep y'all update with these videos and everything. If you coming from different platforms or whatever, you can follow me here on Twitter. Stay tuned with updates or videos and whatever, everything else that we are doing. So, continue to follow. I definitely appreciate it, but I'm not gonna wrap y'all up too much. I'm gonna get right into it. What a game! Like, we're dealing with the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cowboys. That was a good game. It was a good divisional game. Like, you know how these divisional rivalries game get. No matter who you play, get tough. Good teams will play their hardest because they trying to be in that. They trying to get that home field advantage in the playoffs, and they trying to be the top of the division. Like, so it is they play hard, like, whatever. Nobody's trying to lose from a team in a division, so they play the extra hardest and they play hungry. So, for the two top teams in the NFC East, the show that give us the game that we saw, that was a good game. Regardless of, even if we would have lost, I still would have been like, I would still would have been happy the type of game that we had. But yeah, like, it's just a lot of stuff that been talked about dealing with this game. You already know, dealing with the referee this, referee that. Don't get me wrong, the referee been on this season they've been a little bit off with a lot of games. Like, the referees, they you get all these controversies type talks about all games is rigged and a lot of other stuff, opinions of people feel like it. I feel like a lot of stuff could be a part of that a little bit, but I don't fully think it's fully rigged like people think it is, just because how a lot of stuff look like. I had a debate with somebody on online recently about they was talking about officiators, the official, the referees and everything. The officials, they calling PITs and missed calls, and mainly about them doing missed calls and not calling a lot of stuff. And a lot of people would say, "Oh, that was the obvious this, the obvious that," but sometimes though, you're not on the field to see what these referees see. Like, you don't know. Yeah, we looking up on TV. We see we got a different view, and the cameras is a different view. Oh, that's the obvious. That's whatever. But don't get me wrong. It is their job to catch these. That's their job. They get paid to catch these. So don't get me wrong. There's not no excuse of them not doing their job. But to say that it's rigged and they doing things on purpose is is a little bit reaching a little bit, you know, because you don't know. You're just saying it because I look. You don't actually know if they actually doing it on purpose or not. Not saying that they not. And you could call me, oh, you could say, oh, I could be delusional not to know the game is rigged. I'm gonna get a lot of people that gonna say that, oh, you delusional not to believe the game is not rigged, or you whatever. They gonna say that. But I'm a type of person that if you don't got proof, if you don't got proof, then I'm not trying to hear all that. I'm the type, like, it's different when you be on the field. A lot of these referees actually can honestly miss a lot of calls because they don't see it in the view that you expect for them to see it. They out on that field and they gotta look out so many different things, and sometimes things happen quick, and sometimes how things look, it to them it doesn't might not seem like, okay, that's a penalty, that. And And sometimes they think about it at the last minute and they be like, you know what, that could be a picture. That's why they overview things. That's why, it happens. But sometimes certain situations doesn't look like what expected is until after the fact. That's why you get a lot of teams, they try to hurry up and hurry up before they review anything and get the ball out, because they know sometimes the referee could be a little late because certain things, they gotta go. It's not easy. Like, I watch a couple of referees videos of what they gotta go through. It's not really easy when they got to scan the field and count okay, if it's 11 players on the field or more than 11, they gotta scan that. Then they gotta watch the DBs. They gotta watch all the wide receivers on the ends. Like they gotta look for all this. They gotta run down. They gotta catch the ball to come down. So they gotta go through all this with question like, yo, is that a penalty or is it not? And sometimes certain situations they feel like it is a penalty and then it really wasn't. And so it's a hard call that I don't feel like these referees actually, oh, they do it on purpose. I don't. Now, not saying it never haven't happened that referees don't be calling bull crap calls. I'm not saying that never happened. So I don't want to think like, oh, in the history of football, it it never been done. No, I'm not saying that because referees is human beings too. You got just like you got crooked cops, you could have crooked referees. Like it can happen, and it's sad that it had to be that. But to be saying that it's to say that is like that on every outcome that seems like a rigged game or seems like, oh, to try to say, okay, just because it happened before, oh, that's what it is now, just because that's what it looked like, doesn't mean that's what it really was. Like, we don't know. Like, all we know, it was a missed calls, it was missed calls, and was penalties that wasn't there, and that been happening through the whole season. All the teams been going. A lot of teams have been going through. Not only just this Philadelphia Eagles and the Cowboys game. A lot of teams been going through fighting against the adversity of the refs making bad decisions and making bad calls and everything. That's just part of the game. Like and it's don't get me wrong. It is sucks that you have to go through that, but it doesn't mean just because referees are playing making bad decisions, all the games is already are all is rigged or whatever. Like it just mean maybe they just need to get better, and maybe like the referees. 'Cause sometimes you got different referees that's coming in that's need to be better in their job, and yes, they should be hold accountable for when they make bad decisions and they make bad calls. Yes, I feel like they should, so that would teach them to be up on their game. But who knows the games is who we don't know for sure. Like we just going on because how we feel and everything's like uh now what I would say is reason why I'm saying this. If you're gonna say the Cowboys and the Eagles game is rigged. You're gonna get a lot of Cowboys fans. That's good. I see a lot of Cowboys fans saying that, oh, it was rigged. See a lot of Cowboys saying, oh, we won because of the referees, Cowboys versus the referees and all this other stuff. Like, you're gonna hear that because a lot of these fans is gonna be sore losers. A lot of these fans gonna make excuses of why they lost because the Cowboys felt like they hopes was how they was gonna win, so they trying to cover it up with referees because that's all they've been boasting, been talking about it, and now it's in their face that they lost, so now they want to be comfort with the referees type situation. Like no, y'all lost, and it was lost fair and square only because that had a chance, so many chances. Oh, you want to talk about referees though? We had 10 penalties, just like y'all had 10 penalties. Like it was 83 to 90 something, I believe. We have what penalties. I can't really for sure which one it was, but I know for a fact we had 10 penalties as y'all had 10 penalties. Same amount of penalties. Now you gonna argue, I get you gonna argue like, oh, we would have had more penalties if they did it was certain missed calls, but it was missed calls on the same way of I believe it was Fletcher Cox getting hold. It was just how we was hands in the face. I forget who did a hands in the face against the Cowboys. He had the same hands in the face on the same plays, at the same place. So it was kind of like, oh, it was balanced it out, so they didn't throw the flag on that because both defenders had the hands to the face. But all Cowboys fans gonna look at, oh, it was just us that did the hands to the face and didn't miss a lot of the hands to the face that we had to take on the other end. So on the legit things I could say that they're talking about is the holding on Michael Parsons, and they want to talking about the Stephon Gilmore penalty that they trying to say, oh, he did, that wasn't a PIT penalty. They saying that wasn't I hear a lot of people saying that wasn't a PIT penalty because he didn't touch him. He touched him. He stopped his route. If defender can't turn all the way around without making a play on the ball and stop a defender, stop a wide receiver chance to make a play on the ball and stop his route. You have to you have to turn you have to turn around and make a play on the ball. You can't turn around and just position yourself and stop and bump into the wide receiver and stop his route. Now you could. Now I hear a lot. I'm hearing people saying it was an uncatchable ball. Well, I didn't hear nobody crying for us. I didn't hear nobody understanding us in the Super Bowl when Bradbury they claimed that he hold or he touched I forget who that was, Juju, or I forget what the wide receiver. He touched him, and it was a PI, it was a penalty. That was an uncatchable ball right there. That ball was nowhere near him, but they still called a pass interference on that play. They still call a pass interference on it, and that ball was way over above, but the official still calls a penalty on that play. So did anybody care about that when we lost the Super Bowl over a ticky tack pass interference type of situation when that ball was way out of uncatchable and they still throw a flag on that play? So if they're gonna throw a flag on that play, and y'all gonna feel nobody didn't care about that, you throw a flag on nuts on that play. So they throw a flag on Gilmore on that play. No matter what, okay, it was even if it was an uncatchable ball, he still bumped into the defender to get to the ball, and they throw a flag or pass interference. Like, so, hey, I take that. Why? Because they mess. If you want to argue, if you want to argue that if you want to argue that okay, that wasn't shouldn't be a pass interference, then you should have argued that wasn't a pass interference in the Super Bowl then, because it's the same type of ball situation, and that's what it was. Like, so, yo, I'm here with the referees and all this other stuff. I'm not trying to hear that, because at the end of the day, like I was trying to tell a lot of these Cowboys fans, at the end of the day, y'all supposed to have won that game. So there's no excuse. No excuse. We gave y'all a chance. That last drive that the Cowboys had supposed to have won the game. I thought we was gonna lose. I really thought. I'm like, yo, we keep getting penalties. We keep getting penalties. Y'all, y'all marching down the field, and the Cowboys going down the field, getting all the way up to the goal line off of penalties. So you want to talk about the referees? Like, y'all marched up the field on that last drive because of referee, because of the penalty. Y'all literally was about to win because of penalties. So how can you claim, oh, we won because of the referees, when the referee was biased, when y'all was about to win because of the referees? Y'all was about to win because of the penalty. God gave y'all a whole spoonful of yardage, got y'all up to the goal line, and what happened? Y'all choked. The Cowboys choked. Good team finds a way to win against adversity. Good teams find a way to win against those type of situations. I guarantee you, if that was us, and we was fighting against you want to claim fighting against the ref, or you want to claim, it was missed calls or whatever. If we had missed calls that the ref didn't call, but at the end, on our last drive, we got penalties that allow us to get up to the goal line. You don't think the Eagles wouldn't cash that in? We would have won that game. If the table was turned and the Eagles was in the Cowboy shoes, had a spoonful of yardage to get up to the goal line, I guarantee you 100% we would have cashed in and we would have won the game. And it would have been a different story. Like, it would have been a whole different things. Like, so I'm not trying to hear y'all. The good team found a way to win against those type of odds. Y'all had an opportunity. Dak stepping out on a 2-point conversion. Like, he even had to. You had people like, he had somebody on his tail. Get out. That was Hurts. Hurts would have stand strong and cut it in and made the touchdown. Why would you continue to run towards the out of balance? Like all you have to do is stand strong. And I always talk about how strong-hearted and how aggressive and hungry that play. But at that time, he didn't play hungry and aggressive on that 2-point conversion. You running all the way out to the sideline and step out of balance on a 2-point conversion when you could have just stood strong and cut it in and made the touchdown on a 2-point conversion. But if that was Jalen Hurts, he would have did that. Well, you want to make an excuse? Like, nah, like that messed up. He had the opportunity to win the game that last drive. Y'all didn't stay disciplined. Forced start, put y'all back, getting sacked all the way, move y'all all the way back. Y'all, the Cowboys lost that game on their own self. The referee at the end of at that last drive, y'all can't come on, be for real. You cannot say, the referee won the Eagles again. You cannot say because the referee was the reason why y'all got up to the goal line. How can you be biased when the referee was the reason why y'all got up to the goal line? Was the reason why y'all was about to win? Y'all should have won that game. I guarantee you, y'all would have run that game. It wouldn't be nothing about referees. But the Cowboys supposed to have won that game, but they choked. They choked. Like like I said, good teams will find a way to win like that. If that was Tom Brady, he would have took advantage of that. If that was Patrick Mahomes, he would have took advantage of that. If that was all the greats, Troy Aikman and Joe Montana, all these other great quarterbacks, legendary quarterbacks. If that was them on that moment, forget about a few missed calls. Okay, it was two. Let's just say two legit missed calls. Let's just say legit 2 missed calls. You still had the opportunity to win against those 2 missed calls, but you choked. You were supposed to win. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. You were supposed to win with that, but you choked. They were on a goal line. 20-some seconds left on the goal line. You had all downs. And like you only was on the goal line, you had 4th down. No, you had all downs on the goal line, and you couldn't cash it. And you start moving backwards. I could see if you was it was a hard time, you couldn't cash it in. It was playing hard. You went to all down on 4th down and whatever. Cool, but you start going backwards. Like, come on, like that was your fault. Nobody is no excuse. Like that was the moment. Like Shannon Sharp said, that was the moment that y'all lack. Every time when it comes to big moments, the Cowboys lack the cash in. Like y'all, when it comes to moments, this is what happens. If y'all not blowing teams out, this is what y'all go through. Nobody ain't trying to hear about no referees. Y'all was about to win because of the referees. But y'all, even with the referees helping y'all out, you want to tell us, even with the referee helping y'all out, like y'all couldn't even cash in. Like, come on, like be for real. Talking about Reed Blankenship tackle Ferguson before he got the ball. Realize he didn't tackle him. He made a play on the ball. You see all the time. You see this happen every time in NFL when the defender and the receiver is both making a play on the ball with the defender. The defender not holding, he might have his arm and his hands on the receiver, not holding him. He'll have his hands wrapped on him, not pulling him back or wrap around him just because he's making a play on the ball when his hands up and they both making a play on the ball. When both is making a play on the ball, they's not gonna call no pass interference or nothing on that. They both is making a play. Like he didn't just grab him or push him before the ball. No, he jumped when he's jumped. He didn't hold him. He had his hands on them, but it wasn't no hold. You could have your hands on the receiver. You see this all the time. Receivers and defenders have their hands on each other. Long as the defender is not holding them, not pushing him, not stopping his route, then he's not gonna call no pass interference. Like he didn't stand strong. He allowed him. He went down because Reed Blankenship was making a play on the ball and jumped to block the ball, even though he didn't block it, but he jumped to block the ball. He felt the pressure on Reed Blankenship, and he went down on himself because he's making play on the ball. Let me jump He jumped himself to try to jump and catch the ball to jump into the goal line. That's what he tried to do. You see these people, you see these receivers always try to dive for the ball. They always try to dive with the ball when the receiver, when the defender is on and they feel like pressure is on him. He tried to dive for that ball because he felt Reed Blankenship on his back, not holding him, not doing that. He felt the pressure on him. Reed Blankenship went to make a play on the ball. He tried to dive to get out of Reed Blankenship position so he could catch the ball in a better position than Reed Blankenship, but didn't know where he was at on the field. Didn't know where he was at on the goal line. And that's what happened. It wasn't no tackle. You didn't tackle him. You didn't see him wrap him and tackle him before he caught the ball. It was a play on the ball. Difference is the difference between making a play on the ball and tackling the receiver. There's two different things. He didn't tackle the receiver on Ferguson. He made a play on the ball. You could see his hands reaching out. You could see his left hands reaching out on the ball, just like you could see Ferguson reaching out on the ball. Just Ferguson died for it because he felt the pressure behind him. A lot of people want to argue, and I give it to you, they still gonna argue that that was a tackle. And I ain't trying. They still gonna argue that because a lot of them don't know football. They don't understand it. They just fans, but they just watch the game but don't understand it. Don't know what making a play on the ball is. Don't know what none of that means. They just watch the game and think what they want to think and just want to be sore losers because they lost. That wasn't a touchdown. His knee hit down before the ball went crossed the goal line. So that wasn't no touchdown. That was their fault. He should have knew. He should have, instead of going off fat, he should have cut in a little bit more than inside the touchdown. That was a bad execution of them. They ain't trying to hear all that. It wasn't about ain't no referees. Okay, you want to give them 2 missed calls, but you want to. Let's just say if you do I give them the Parson. That was a hold on Parson. I get that, but sometimes that happens. A lot of these, it's not the first time. It's not going to be the last time that a whole missed hold call is going to go about. It's not. I can give. Oh, okay, maybe the hands to the face, which I feel like that was neutral because we got hands to the face, but let me give you the hands to the face. Now I can't even get that because it was both was hands to the face. That was neutral. I'm not even giving it. I can give it a step or give more of that pass interference. I just say. Which why I don't agree with it. Why? Because just like I said before, Bradbury, that was an uncatchable ball in the Super Bowl when we lost, and they threw a pass interference and that. You ain't hear nobody crying to us about that. So, but cool. Maybe that was a bad call. Don't make it seem like bad call on bad call. Cool. Let's just say I give you all that step for Gilmore. It was an uncatchable ball and she'll be penalty. Maybe let's see if I get that or give y'all that. Y'all still didn't catch the point, and when y'all got help yourself at the last drive, the referee, y'all had penalties that help y'all to get to the goal line, 1st and goal, and you still couldn't seal the deal. That was the moment. No excuse for that. No excuse for Dak stepping out out of balance on a 2-point conversion. No excuse for that. When he should have stood strong and tried to punch it in. You go all the way out to the pound line when you could you could have just cut it up and reached for the goal line. The defender wasn't that on you to the point you couldn't cut up. Yeah, he probably would have tackled your legs a little bit, but you could have just reached for the goal line there and you would have had a touchdown. It's so many things you could take that the Cowboys didn't do right. That the reason why they lost that game, not because of no referees, because we still had penalties. Even though you could claim that we supposed to have 2 more penalties. Okay, it was 10-10. Maybe it should have been 12-10 to penalties, but y'all still got penalties to help y'all win a game, and y'all didn't win it. So there's no excuse. Y'all went to the goal line. We supposed to have lost that game because y'all supposed to have punched it in. I thought we was gonna lose because y'all had 1st and goal, and our defense couldn't. That's another thing. Our defense couldn't stop. Our secondary is playing buns. Y'all couldn't take advantage of that. I ain't trying to hear that. Y'all, there's no excuse. Our secondary was playing buns and y'all got 1st and goal over penalties from the referees. And you still can't punch it in. No excuse. Nobody ain't trying to hear none of that. Y'all lost fair square. Y'all had opportunities and y'all couldn't cash it in. If that was, like I said, if that was any other the great quarterbacks, any other good teams, if that was all the other good teams in the league, I guarantee you they would have took advantage of that. but the Cowboys don't take advantage of moments like that. They lack. That's been a problem with y'all for years, not taking advantage of these moments, finding a way just to lose a game, like lose a important game. So I ain't trying to hear all that, man. Y'all, you cry like to all the Cowboys that want to cry about referees. Cry more, man. Cry more. That's all I gotta say. Cry more because y'all had opportunity to win and y'all choke, and that's the hit. That's the storyline. That's the headline of it. Like, not saying that y'all still ain't gonna go. No, y'all feel like the Cowboys still gonna go somewhere because they not. I'm not saying y'all a bad team, but at the same time, when it comes to these type of situations, y'all lacking it. And that's the reason why y'all lost this game. Y'all had a moment and y'all couldn't succeed in the moment. So that's the whole point about it. Ain't trying to hear about no referees because the referees gave y'all a chance at the end and y'all still choke. Like, that's the whole point. Good teams find a way to win against those adversities. Good teams find a way to win. Like I said, it was Tom Brady, all these greats, they want to win that game. So, I want to continue to keep repeating, but that's what it is. Like, that's what it comes down to. What you gonna do? Don't be crying about the ref when you had opportunities. Like, no, nobody want to hear all that. So that's how I feel. You could jot down in your comments. Let me know if you agree or disagree. It don't matter. Just let me. We could get to talk. Then let me know. Don't matter if you're Eagles or a Cowboys fan. Let me know how you feel. If you agree or disagree. Like, but that's how I feel about it. And I'm guarantee you, even not only even the Eagles fan, a lot of people gonna feel that same way because that's real. Like, you see this happen all the times. Like, a lot of the greats win against referees, against bad decisions, a lot of this and that. Like, and I'm not saying that it makes it right, but if you had an opportunity to win the game and you choke and you didn't win, that's on you. That ain't on nobody. That's on you. You know, take accountability. Like, nobody ain't trying to hear all that. Like, I can understand you had no opportunity, then cool, but you had multiple opportunities through that game. You had multiple opportunity. Got up to the goal line and only cashed in what it was 2 to 5 or something like that. 2 to 5, 3 to 5, something. I can't really remember. But yeah, like it's no excuse, man. No excuse. So bye, yo. But I don't want to keep it long. That's why I just want to brief on talk about this little referee situation. I'm keep hearing about this game. Like, like, and I just wanted to talk about it. Let me know how you feel about it. Let me know your ideas and your opinions. And yeah, we get to talk. I'm gonna come out with another video informing on what's going on with the injuries and how the players is doing on practice and just a little bit of information on this bye week because we ain't gonna be playing this week coming. So we're gonna just talk about how Jalen Hurts is, how he's looking on the field and the healthiness because we need him to stay healthy. Like, it been talk is maybe we should sit him down for a game so we can make sure if he's straight, but like, I doubt they're gonna go that way. I doubt that he gonna want to do that because we got these important games coming up, dealing with the Chiefs, the Bills, the 49ers. Then we gotta play the Cowboys again. I would think that they probably gonna rest them on that Giants game. I don't think it's that much of important that we need to him to play on that game. So let's see. We're gonna get to talk. We gonna talk about it more, and I'm gonna let you inform y'all what's going on dealing with the injuries and how the players is doing on this bye week. So just stay tuned, man. We're gonna have more. Me and my boy gonna have more videos to talk. Let me know how you feel. Let me know your comments and we get to talk, like, so this your boy Hyphen Jers. Thanks for tuning in to Hyphen Eagles. Continue to like, continue to follow, continue to subscribe. Follow me on there, Twitter, and yeah, man, so continue to support and I appreciate it. So that's all, man. Thanks. Bird Gang, I'm out.